Hey, what's happening, Nation? It's Sanjoku. Man, it has been a minute. I'm sorry about that. I ended up getting pretty sick. I am back at it. I've missed out on a few days. I want to go down, break down a little bit of the old news, take a look at some of the stuff moving forward, and take a look at one of the defenses just from what everybody's been saying coming out of camp and all the hype behind these guys right now. So it ended up looking pretty cool, so I wanted to show it to you guys. We're not going to waste too much time. We're going to jump into it. If you are new to the channel, if you think about subscribing, I really do appreciate that. It really helps me out and keeps me growing. We're going to go back to July 30th. Kenyon Drake, Darius Stills back at practice. Super happy about both of them. Really want to see Darius Stills get back on the field. I want to see him have a legitimate shot at trying to make this 53-man roster. And Drake, we knew, was working with the trainers. He was still actually out at practice, but seeing him back in the rotation, have the full practices, is really cool to see. Then Theo Riddick retired. I said it in my running back breakdown video. That dude was getting up there in age. He's had a really good career. He's bounced around from team to team, but his name's known throughout the league, so that's really all you can ask for when you end your career. So Theo, thank you very much for what you did for the Raiders. We really appreciate it. Once a Raider, always a Raider, and I wish you the best of luck in retirement. Daniel Carlson got placed on the COVID list. It sucks, but we immediately went out and brought back in Dominic Eberle because somebody has to be kicking the ball at these practices. I'm sure Carlson will be fine. He'll be back at practice, just has to go through the motions, go through the rotations. Has COVID, which sucks, but he's going to be doing everything from home. Apparently he's in pretty good spirits, still doing his job, so hopefully he'll get a speedy recovery and get back out on the field so we can really get some eyes on these guys. Linebacker James Onawalu, retired. It kind of is what it is, man. I really did not have him making this team to begin with, so him retiring does not affect us in one way or another, but he's been with us for a minute, so same thing as Theo Riddick. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck in your retirement. Jalen Richard returned to practice, and then we waived Darius Jackson in response to that. We all pretty much knew that was going to happen. Darius coming in, Edmonds coming in, those guys were just practice bodies until these running backs came back. And the fact that Richard came back and then Jackson was immediately cut kind of leads me to believe that you might end up seeing Jalen stick around on this team. And then Sam Young, I think he's finally going to go ahead and hang it up. I'm really happy about that. He played a few times for us last season. It did not look too good. I think it is time for him to hang it up. So Sam, best of luck in retirement. Thank you for everything you did for us. All right, let me go ahead and click over to this defense real quick, and then we'll start breaking down just some of the camp stuff. So this is the defense that I put together. Heard a lot about Philon through camp. I would not have ever believed that in a million years, but apparently that dude's getting all sorts of kinds of interior pressure. Him lined up next to Farrell, I really like the way that looks, man. That dude's really showing up, and he is getting pressure and getting inside and getting these sacks on Mariota. I'll take it. Granted, he's going against some of these second string guys, but he's still getting through, and that's something we have not had on this team. And I think Farrell being moved to the inside is going to be huge, not only for Farrell, but for this defensive line as a whole. I'm super excited that they're finally just opening up and making that transition. I think bringing in Yannick and having Max on the other side, and then still having a decent defensive end rotation is really going to help this line tremendously all the way across the board. And then another dude we've been hearing a ton about is Morrow, that this is his year. He is finally stepping into the role that he needs to be, and it seems like he's slowly taking over this middle linebacker position. They're starting to play Nick to the outside. He's been doing awesome in coverage. He's already picked Mariota off twice in the past 2 days. I really like the way that this defense looks. Littleton has been pretty quiet, and we have Muse taking first team reps through some of these practices. So I really want to get your guys' opinion. Do you think Littleton could possibly be on the trade block? Do you think he's sticking on this team? We're just seeing what Muse has is getting him into these practices, getting him with the first team, letting him kind of get that experience? Or do you think that he is kind of showing up and trying to earn this spot? And I'll tell you, dude, with the money we have wrapped up in Littleton, you guys know how much I love that dude, and I want to see him stay a Raider. I think it's a real possibility that if these linebackers end up shaking out, that Littleton could end up getting traded off if Muse is able to step up and kind of win that spot. I'm not going to argue it if he ends up winning that spot. I want the best damn player on the field at any given time. I think losing Littleton at this point would be more of a hit to us. I do not really agree with the move, but at the same time, there's no telling what the hell Gruden and Mayock are going to do, and if he's not taking first team reps, I'm really curious to see if we can end up getting a decent pick for him, or maybe a player for player, or a player and a pick. Nothing too crazy, just to get that contract gone and open up a little bit more money for us moving forward. So let me know your thoughts on that. I personally do not want to see it happen. I want to see Littleton be the other outside linebacker and have Morrow sitting in the middle. And let me just put that out. I just want to take a look at it real quick. Bring him down. I mean, I personally still think that looks good as hell. I would really love it. That was our linebacker core. I would take that all damn day. Then you have Muse playing in the background. Javen White apparently got ran over by Foster Moreau, and then Foster Moreau let him know all about how he just ran his ass over. I was super happy to hear that. Seeing the competition, just seeing these guys kind of banging back and forth. And then another person that keeps popping up, dude, is Nate Hobbs. The fact that the Raiders are playing him at that starting nickel spot gets me jacked as shit, dude. And I'm telling you, with Loss missing the first couple games, if Nate Hobbs can start the season in that nickel spot, he will not lose it. I promise you he will not lose it, and he will lock that down for the entirety of this season. I was super happy to see that, man. I'm not going to say that I called it because a lot of you guys had mentioned it to me, and then once I started looking into it, I was like, damn, man, they're right. Nate Hobbs is going to do this. I caught a lot of shit for saying it, dude, but watching that kid coming in and taking over this starting role gets me incredibly jacked, man. This defense has me pumped up right now, and like I said, I'm back. I'm sorry I missed a few days. It is what it is. Everybody gets sick. But until next time, guys, I'm Sanjoku. Thank you so much for checking it out. If you can click that like button on your way out, it really does help me out, and we will catch you guys on the next one.